sitting? Okay, are you sitting?
I'm sitting.
Are you sitting down? Because I'm so excited right now. I need to sit down. What's up, Nina?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great, but more importantly, how are you?
I am so wonderful.
And there it is. I'm huge. You said that you were going to get him to bark for us. That's awesome. So I'm super excited to. I put in the comments of this post that I haven't been this excited on partnering with somebody with our brokerage for a really long time. And I bring on lots of people, but sometimes it's people from other states that I don't know, agents that are just reaching out because they need to grow their business. But you and I have a different story because we've known each other for just, I think, over 10 years when YPN got started.
Which is not true because we're not as old as we are.
No, that could not be 10 years.
No, it's not true.
But you've been a very well-respected real estate professional, not just in the realm of sales, but also in the realm of giving back through the boards. And I know you're now, we served together on the Akron, Cleveland area board together and YPN together, but now you're involved in Elgar, right? The Lorraine.
Yeah. So actually, when we first met, we had all of us crazy kids got this insane idea to have a regional YPN, remember? So it was us from Elgar, you guys from KBOR at the time.
KBOR, right.
Shell and Chad from Locar, right? So we brought all of those like surrounding boards together. So yeah, I've always been Elgar, but through through that affiliation with you guys, through the OGs of the YPN.
Yeah, the originals, the original gangsters we were, weren't we?
That's right.
We're bad. We didn't even know we were breaking the rules. We were breaking them so hard. A regional YPN is just more fun, so why not? But oh well. But that brought us to today, and welcome to eXp. Welcome to the family. We're super stoked. So happy that you made the decision. And I know there's a lot of people who are asking one question. And the question is, I really want to unpack your story because you're not a new agent. You've been doing this for 15 years, right? 15?
16.
16 years, my goodness. And I have not been doing this for 22 years. We're too young for that. But, really what you didn't like your previous brokerage. You loved it. It's fair to say you don't stay anywhere for 16 years if you don't love it. And I know the company well, and they're great owners and great people there. And it definitely wasn't that, but kind of just give us your background story and what brought us to now today.
So, well, let's see, where do we start? 16 years at the same company. And I love them. They're my family. It's where I grew up. I come from a real estate family. So in high school, I worked as an assistant, as a telemarketer, like when, other agents would hire telemarketers. I worked for some area agents in there, but, we were always within that same brokerage. Back in that day, it was Smythe Kramer, Realty One, and then, the big merger happened early 2000s. But so, yeah, it was my family. And I was very, very happy. And then life flipped upside down in 2020, right?
Yeah.
And I, you really start thinking about what it is you want for your future. How are you going to get there? And what happens to my family if I can't sell real estate? Right?
Yeah.
And that's tough. It's a hard question to think about because, you know, as well as I do, we work on commission. We're only earning if we're fully capable of selling.
Right.
So it's like, what happened? What do you do if something happens?
Yeah. And that's something that I don't think a lot of real estate agents or just people in general, I mean, as human beings, we're all infallible, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it'll never happen to me until it happens.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed it and been so naive to even think still it won't happen to me, you know, where you just, you know, this is nothing compared to, you know, getting seriously sick or ill. But I tore my hamstring back in 2012 and I was running a Tough Mudder. And that just like laid me out for a good 2 months. Crutches. Let me tell you, it's kind of difficult showing houses and going on listing appointments on crutches.
I can only imagine.
I mean, not to mention if you were seriously sick or, you know, and like that's nothing you can heal from. But that's an interesting perspective. So, you know, you looked at some things. So tell us just a little bit about, you know, what you were looking at. I mean, you said you were looking at the next, you've been doing it for 16 years. I'm sure you have at least another 10, 16 left in you, right? At that point.
Yeah.
What was it that really, you know, I mean, because you've known about eXp for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've been friends and you've known that you could reach out to me. What was it that really got you excited about this platform and about the opportunity?
So, you know, I called you and we had, I don't know, an hour-long phone conversation. And I do feel like at that point, because, you know, you hear things being outside of eXp about what it is and what it isn't. And so I was like, you know what, I need to just call like direct to the source and find out, get all of my questions answered. And I'm so glad that I did that because what I thought about it is nothing like it actually is. And the business model that it is was not what I had expected in a good way. It offers so much more for someone like myself who's really looking for financial planning for the future.
Yeah.
And you can't get that in the traditional model. And that was a hard pill to swallow, again, because I was with my family. I was so comfortable. You know, life was good. But when you really, really start to think about where do I want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now? And we did the math together because we did.
Yeah.
It just made sense. It just made sense.
Yeah. You said two things that I wanted to unpack. Number one, you said you were in your comfort zone. And
Yeah.
You said we did the math together, right?
We did.
And so I was from the Columbus boot camp, the NAEA boot camp that we do a couple times a year. And it was a great success. But why I bring that up is because John Kitchens, which has been one of my coaches since 2012, was doing the presentation. And he said, when it comes to a business, running a real estate business or any business, the goal of the business is to be profitable. Because without profit, the business dies, right? So that's just kind of like the underlying principle of it. And he said, after profit, the rest, and so it's basically a math problem. You just have to do the math. And then all the rest is drama, is what he said. And I was like, whoa, we were talking about something completely different. Then I thought to myself, that's kind of like, and it's not drama in a bad way. It's just, it's more variables. The drama is like the variables in a business. You can do things, you can build a business many different ways. People do even in real estate, but it's the math. And so we did the math. Brilliant. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was the comfort zone. What I found is that anytime that I'm coasting and I'm in that comfort zone, I'm one step away from pain. And Glenn Sanford, like we've all been in pain in the real estate business, right? Sometimes people get into real estate to get out of a painful situation. Maybe it's a career that they didn't like or whatever, right? Or when they get into real estate, maybe they didn't get into it. Maybe they got into real estate for opportunity and then they find themselves in pain and have to crawl out. And then you start to coast. And that coasting is called the comfort zone.
Right.
What was that kind of, did you feel like you were in that zone?
Yeah. You know, like slow and steady growth that you would expect from an experienced agent over the last few years. But yeah, not comfortable. Comfortable. And so again, you know, I started thinking of the future and what it is that I wanted to accomplish in the next few years and who do I want to surround myself with? we touched on the topic of me being involved in Elgar and how we met through ACAR and YPN, and shout out to Women's Council of Realtors. Through all of these organizations and being involved in our industry, I have been so fortunate enough to meet amazing agents like yourself, and other people who are outside of my my previous company, and so it really was like, I want to surround myself with the best, and I want to push myself and grow from these people that I'm surrounded by. And so, after our first conversation, I know you let me have a sneak peek into the crew, and that right there was like, this is where I need to be.
Honey Badgers?
Yes, Honey Badgers.
Honey Badger Nation.
These people are go-getters, they're hustlers, they work hard.
By the way,
wait, sorry, what?
We're live in Honey Badger Nation right now too, by the way.
Hi, Honey Badgers. Yeah. And it was so inspiring. And it was like, yes, this is what I need around me. So
love it. Awesome. I love it. So, when we talk about like your future, and there's people, here's what I know. First of all, going back to another thing, that these are principles. Anyone watching this better have a pen and paper, because girl's spitting out principles that you just need to know. And that last one that she just unpacked was, your environment's more powerful than your will. And if you're in the wrong environment, then there's just going to be no growth. The second that you put someone that's a honey badger, someone that's a grower, in the right environment around the right people, what happens is you get immersed. You get immersed into that community of like-minded thinkers who maybe they're doing a lot more business, or, building a bigger business than you at the moment, but they're going to suck you right up to their level. That's just what happens. That's immersion.
Right. Well, and I think in our industry, we're in sales, so most of us are naturally competitive. And so when you're surrounded by those people who are doing so well, it forces you to, that competitive edge that you have to be like, oh, I gotta do better. I gotta do more. I gotta, compete and produce and hustle.
Well, I'm super excited. So the other thing that I've been learning, and it's kind of hard because I've been this journey of mine started 3.5-ish years ago, when I merged my brokerage into the company. And so I really haven't been with the company that long, but sometimes I take for granted or assume that everybody knows everything about what our business model offers and what it's about.
Yeah.
And you keep referring to your future, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are a couple of the things about our model that really was like, this is kind of a no-brainer. I need to do this. We talked about it in our last call. I think it's financially irresponsible to be hanging out and growing my business anywhere else, right? So what are a couple of those things for people that don't know?
Yeah, so obviously, the compensation plan is very generous, and it's fair across the board. Everyone starts at the same level, and you do with it what you want. There's no favoritism there, and I love that.
No special deals.
What's that?
No special deals.
No special deals, and that is, that really sets a tone of a culture. Like, hey, you do with it what you want, right? You want to work hard, you work hard. The other side of it for me, especially, is the agent attraction option, because I love this industry, and much like my mentors did for me, getting me involved and getting me licensed, and then pushing me to get involved with the board in WCR and all of these other groups. I love to do that as well. And so, if I can inspire someone, if I can get someone into the industry and show them, this is what you can do with your life. This is how you can be successful. This is where you go to meet amazing people and network. And then, I'm building a team, but they're still individual enough that they can then build their own brand and do the same thing. So, it really, the eXp model supports that team camaraderie without having that one shining spotlight of an agent on the team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely know what you mean. Right. So the revenue share was the other thing that really what it enables you to do, and everyone. Again, back to the no special deals. This is an opportunity for anybody, and I think we get to a point in our career where it's not about selling more homes anymore. You sell lots of houses. I know how to sell lots of houses. What's our purpose become when it isn't selling more houses?
Mm-hmm.
And the natural progression for a lot of leaders like yourself is to help others.
Right.
And we love helping others.
You do.
Wouldn't it be great if we were financially, wouldn't it be amazing if there was a company that had a model that financially aligned us to actually help you without charging you a coaching fee or trying to sell you coaching products or trying to sell you a training for hundreds and hundreds of dollars that most agents frankly don't have the extra money laying around for coaching.
Right.
Now, said that, if you do get to a point where you can hire a coach, I have 2 coaches right now. I've had coaches since 2010. So, I just I can't remember when I haven't had a coach. And the second that I hired a coach, everything changed. But the problem is this: most real estate agents can't afford it.
You can't. Right.
So when Mike and Jay and myself agreed that, hey guys, let's partner on this. Part of our agreement was let's give away as much coaching and training as we can for free.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's huge.
That's kind of what that was our purpose. Let's add as much value to as many people's lives as possible. But trying to do that through a coaching company, it's kind of limited because you're always having to ask for the credit card.
Right.
And so I think that might be, I just wanted to put a bow on kind of what you said with the revenue share. What about the stock? Was that something that interested you at all?
Obviously it did.
Yeah.
I talked to, so my husband, Frank, is, right there with me with all big decisions. And so after you and I initially talked, I went over to him and I, talked to him about it. And of course he goes right online and looks everything up. And he was like, yeah, why haven't you done this before? I was like, oh, okay.
By the way, speaking of Frank, we can't leave him out.
I know.
Welcome, Frank, too.
He's working. He's on the call.
That's okay. That's okay. I didn't want to leave him out because, both of you all came on board, right?
Yeah. Well, he's really licensed. We'll see if he actually does anything with it.
Helps you out.
He does have a good job that he's got to focus on. So
good to have a helper that can run out and show a house if you're tied up with the kids.
There he is.
Where's Frank?
Yeah, say hi. You're live.
There he is. With the Kansas City Chiefs shirt.
Yeah. Sorry. Go Browns.
Great. Well, it's been really for the last couple of months, working with you again has been truly just a joy and a pleasure. And I love it when you learn something new about what you're about to come into with our company. Your eyes light up, you get excited, and you're super passionate about helping people. And I love that genuine just passion that comes through. And I know that we're going to be able to help lots of people in the Northeast Ohio area that want to grow their real estate business. We're going to be able to help them do it faster and bigger and have a heck of a lot more fun. And I'm super happy to do it linked arms with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Honestly,
anyone out there that's watching this that knows Nina, you've followed her for her long, amazing 16-year career in this wonderful industry of real estate. And they have a question. They're asking why. Well, we kind of answered a little bit of why, but if you wanted to have more of a private one-on-one conversation, obviously, you can message her through Facebook, but how else? Because I think I put this on YouTube too. How else could somebody, reach you if they wanted to have a conversation?
So, you can message me through Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Yorkie in Real Estate. Those are the Yorkies you hear barking.
Yorkie in Real Estate?
Yes.
Love it. Yep. I love it.
And then we can post my cell phone. Actually, if you go to my business page, I think my cell phone is on there. So you could Google me and find how to reach out to me. But I can put my contact information in the comments as well, so everyone knows.
That's cool. Yeah, so, Dave Mars saw that picture. or you're the
Look at you're getting made fun of.
Let's go.
There you
I love it. Yeah, Dave's one of our amazing partners out in Arizona. He's not even in Cleveland, but
Just a company shirt.
he's a great sports lover, and he's always in there. You know, whether it's the Buckeyes or the Indians, he's on there cheering us on. So
I love it.
wow.
I thought Rick and Lindsay said hi too. Hi guys.
Oh, did they?
Rick Capretta.
Oh, cool. What? Oh, yeah. There's Rick. Yep.
Hi.
Oh, awesome. Well, hey, have a great weekend. Again,
You too.
reach out to Nina, hit her with a message on Facebook. She'll be happy to answer any questions and or connect you to someone who can.
Yes.
So, as we say in the Kinder Reese and Stasek world and Honey Badger Nation, we'll see you at the top or from the top. Have
Love
a great
it.
weekend, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.